JJ, the CPA here, got a special video put together for some friends that have been coming on my show, for lack of a better word, going live every day, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, taking on tax questions. But those individuals that are hardworking as Uber and Lyft drivers, and how do you approach the PPP? And it's very simple. You are reporting everything on Schedule C, and check out my other video where I talk through some of the things that hopefully you're taking advantage of, but you're reporting everything on a Schedule C. You're getting a 1099K and a 1099 miscellaneous. And those things you're picking up as income, and then you're taking your expenses against that. So what you're looking at then is on that Schedule C, line 31, that's the net income. And that amount is now your basis of what you will be able to go and get on this PPP, that Paycheck Protection Program, which you only can get at a bank. This is not the one that you get online. That's a different deal. And you want to take a look and see if on Schedule 1 of your individual return, if you are deducting health insurance and or any kind of retirement plan for yourself related to being a Uber or Lyft driver. You get to take your net income of Schedule C, line 31, and then line 15 and line 16, those combined, okay? And then you're able to take that divided by 24 times 2.5, and then that'll be what you would qualify for under this PPP plan. It is only going to be based on the net. It won't be based on the gross. You have expenses you want to deduct, so you meet the definition of a sole proprietor, which just means this. When you're filling out that form, and if you go to jjthecpahelp.com, free website, I don't ask for any of your information, all access free for you. And I've got on there a copy of the application and the calculations, but I'm telling you this, very simple for the Uber and Lyft drivers, because you're getting the tax documents for starters from the organization that you're with. The 1099 miscellaneous is basically your non-driving fee income. Your 1099K is going to be your driving fee income. You have expenses off of that, arriving at the net income on your Schedule C. That is what you use when you go into the bank with the application, the PPP application. You'll find it on my website. And then you either are or you aren't doing money into your retirement plan or paying for your health insurance. If you are, you're going to need those receipts. You're going to need a statement. But here's the thing, get in to see the bank as soon as possible. Don't be waiting for a certain receipt on this or this. Get in there with your Schedule C, bring in your 1099s, helps the situation. Get with the bank that you are already working with and get this PPP. It's based on the net. If you haven't done your return yet for 19, that's what they're going to want to see. Then I never advocate this, but we're in a crisis. Either get online and figure out how to prepare it, or go to irs.gov and find that Schedule C, because it's pretty simple. It's just, here's your income, you list out your expenses, and then this other video, I'll talk about what those expenses are, but I'm sure you're familiar with them. But at the end of the day, you want to get that to the bank. Now, it's based on your net. So I know you have a lot of mileage that you're going to write off and other things that go into account there with the fees and whatnot. So at the end of the day, simple. Schedule C to the bank. Don't have one, get it prepped up. You're bringing in your 1099s and it's the net. You don't even have to remember line 31. It's the bottom line number. It's your net income. Now, if you've been doing Uber or Lyft and it's only been 6 months, then you'll need to let the bank know that, so that you're taking what it is that you made, and then you'd be dividing it by 6 if you just started, and you would need to probably show the bank that here is the start date, which I'm assuming would be from your statements or when you signed your contract with Uber or Lyft. So you can do the last 12 months, or you can do calendar year 19, or if you just started in 19 or 20, then you would just include the period of time that you were actually a driver. Now, you had to have already been signed up and doing this by February 15th. The other thing to note is that you do qualify for the EIDL and also federal unemployment. But this is the order that you go about it. You get your PPP, then you get your EIDL, and then you get the unemployment. And it needs to walk in that order. You can't benefit from each of these at the same time. That's not how they're designed. It's designed to be, you take your PPP, your EIDL, and your federal unemployment. On the EIDL, that's SBA.gov, COVID-19. That's the only place that you can subscribe to that or apply for that. It'll ask for how many employees. It's you, it's one. It's going to want to know what your gross is. Well, that's easy. It's right off your 1099s. And then what are your cost of goods sold for you as an Uber driver? You know, cost of goods sold is probably just that one number. It's all your expenses. But that is not PPP. PPP is only at the bank. This COVID-19 disaster loan, which is also the EIDL, which is also the economic injury disaster loan, all those are the same thing. That's SBA.gov. Those are the questions that they ask you on SBA.gov. But listen, it's PPP, then EIDL, then you get the federal unemployment. These are all for the same benefits. You can't get them all three at the same time. And yes, the government will know because it's literally all coming from the same pot. You get the PPP, then the EIDL. See my other videos for more information about either one of those. I've got videos in my PPP playlist. Here's the documents to pull together. Here's the calculation. On my website, I've got worksheet that you can use, a list of what you need. But the thing is you want to get into the bank ASAP. Now, I know in California, you're considered employees from what I understand, but you are a 1099 contractor, okay, independent contractor in the eyes of the federal government. So you are filing as a sole proprietor on your application. You mark it up top. And if you don't have a separate tax ID number, which you may not, then you just do it under your social security number. And then when it says, hey, what's your monthly payroll cost? Well, it's line 31 plus 15 and 16 is Schedule 1. Add them together, divide it by 12. That's your monthly cost. Then you take that times 2.5. That's the other number. The rest of them, you're just signing stuff, okay? Super easy. You totally can get approved. There's no credit. There's no guarantee, okay? What you need to do is bring in these documents, 1099s, your Schedule C, and your insurance. I got a checklist. It's on my website, jjthecpahelp.com. You enter in no info. There's no slickness. There's no email to give me. It's all right there for you. But then get yourself into the bank. Get into the bank ASAP. Now, the big banks are saying that you need to have a lending relationship with them and a bank account. If you're looking for, well, what kind of bank account or what kind of bank, it would be a smaller bank. Typically, it's going to be easier to work with. The credit union, the SBA lender, the local or state bank. They're just going to, it's just by nature, right? They're going to be able to be a little easier to work with. The banks are a little unsure what you need, but if you walk in and you got Schedule C, you got your 1099s from Uber or Lyft, you've got your, amount of health insurance that you paid for, as well as then what went into your retirement with your application. It's supposed to be, ATM, right? Just, and you got the money. So for Uber and Lyft drivers, there's your rundown. Check out my YouTube playlist called PPP Self-Employed. I've also got PPP application that'll walk you through that. And then I've got just PPP. So I've got 3 playlists that you'll want to check out. You don't necessarily have to watch every single video, but I've got some how-tos in there that really break it down and on my website, which is all just to say thanks for those that are Uber and Lyft drivers for tuning in at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time when I've been going live. And I wanted to do something extensive, and that's why I'd indicated, hey, I'm going to put together a video. So you guys be safe. And then I've got this other video that's going to be talking about what you can or should deduct and how to make sure that the stuff you're getting from Uber or Lyft, you're reviewing it properly so that you're not paying tax on income that you don't need to, etc. So, all right. Hey, we're going to get through this. I really appreciate you. Huge fan, right? I'm in Oklahoma City, so I don't really have any chance to use that. Got my own car. But anytime I go out of town, love working with you all. And bottom line is that you need to get in there and get that PPP. When you run out of that money, you get the EIDL at SBA.gov. And when that runs out, you get the federal unemployment. Right now, April 10th, because we're April 10th, about getting ready to be 1 a.m., we don't know where to go apply for the federal unemployment. I thought I had a beat down. Maybe I do. Hey, I'm going to put in the body of this a link for the Uber tax info that's from Uber, the Lyft tax info that's from Lyft, and then I'll put in there the SBA.gov website link. And then I'm also going to put in there the link to my website where you can find the calculations and you can find the application and get off and running with it. So, all right. Hey, appreciate you all. And hopefully you'll get that PPP ASAP. Talk to you soon.